Hey, what's going on, guys? Mike Anderson here with the 1% Solution and Living Motion Monograms. Today, we're going to be going over some of the details in regards to the ASUS TS-10, basically the PC stick. We've been talking a lot about this on the stream, and there's another tutorial on the channel if you guys want to check it out of all the things that it can do. But we're going to kind of do a brief recap of what is inside this box, what it comes with, and how to set it up is the main focus on this tutorial here. So let's go and get started here. Basically, as you can see from what's in the background here, that's not the actual size. It's much smaller here, and this, of course, is the box. But basically, it's just a PC that is pretty much in the size of a memory stick. I mean, it's pretty incredible. So let's open up the box here, see what comes with it. All right, slide it out of here. We, of course, get the box and the PC stick, nicely wrapped. Let's go and open this bad boy up. And right off the bat, I mean, this thing's pretty cool. It's got a nice smooth finish to it. Nice little cap for the HDMI plug on the end. And remember, this can go into pretty much any HDMI plug, TV, projector, computer screen that you want to use. Coming up this week, we're also going to be I'm going to be putting this thing to the test, and we're going to see what programs it will run, because we already know it'll run some basic slideshow programs and stuff, but I want to go ahead and see if there's any, like, even DJ software that it's going to, be powerful enough to run as well. So we've got our PC memory stick. Also inside the box, they give you some pretty cool accessories. Of course, we have to power this thing. It does not power off of the HDMI, and so they give us our power brick here, and looks like it's got a USB 2, little micro USB plug there for to go to our power block. Let's unwrap this thing here. I know a lot of you guys have started using these, and basically this was kind of the answer to a lot of the issues we were having with the media players that are out there, because when it gets to the end of our video clip, when it comes to, and basically this was the answer to a lot of the issues we were having when it comes to the media players, because with the media players, if we're doing like a monogram that has a motion loop to it, when it came to the end of the short loop itself, it might pause for a split second before it went back to the very beginning. So with this, we don't have that issue, because we're using like Windows Media Player or even QuickTime to play those video clips, and they do a flawless, smooth transition. They also kind of cool. They give you a little HDMI extension, and so if you're unable to plug it directly into the port, or if it's sticking out in a weird way, you can go ahead and put their extension right on here, nice and snug, and then be able to plug it in and mount it. But we got to figure out how to mount this thing, and luckily for us, they also give you a nice little clip mount. So this has some double-sided tape on it, which is really cool. So if you wanted to stick this to the back of the monitor, you can certainly do that. It almost looks like it's reusable, so it should come off pretty easy. But then our PC stick snaps right into it. Keep in mind, on these PC sticks, there are two sides. You've got our smooth side here. If you look at the back side, there's some, you see some vents and holes and stuff. So that is important, because when you put this onto our clip, we want to make sure those holes are left on the outside. Make sure it can breathe. We're not going to trap a lot of stuff. So they've got them on the sides and stuff too. When you do mount it in that clip, that will be the kind of the best practice for it. So let's go and pull this off here. We got this set up. We got our box. We can get rid of this stuff. And of course, our product manual, which we never read anymore, right? They've got a more extensive one available online for everybody as well if you want it, if you had some trouble with that, and that you don't get from the tutorials that I put out. So we've got that, but let's go ahead and I want to take a moment to also talk about what the specs are on this thing, just so you guys get an idea. Basically, the PC stick itself does come with Windows 10 Home version of Windows 10, and it is kind of filled with all the goodies. It's got the Intel Atom X5 processor. Not the fastest processor in the world, but it's pretty darn good. You're not going to want to do some, heavy gaming on it, but it will definitely run programs really darn smooth. So next we have also got, of course, the Intel graphics processor that's with the Intel's chip in the the Atom processor. Our storage, we got 32 gigabytes of storage on here. ASUS is also nice enough. They give you guys a 1-year subscription if you want to go ahead and utilize that, which is 100 gigs of ASUS web storage for that as well. Now, this also comes with 2 gigabytes of DDR3 1600 megahertz RAM for memory, and that's definitely going to help out when running these softwares and running Windows 10. This also has wireless. It's got ABG and AC, everything basically, and Bluetooth, the new version 4.1, which can be very, very helpful if you're running any Bluetooth devices, such as keyboards, mouses, stuff like that as well. As far as the ports and stuff, it's pretty much, we were limited on space, but they've been able to cram a lot of stuff in here. We've got the micro USB, which is only for power, so don't try and use that for anything else. But we also have one port, which is USB 3.0, and one port, which is USB 2.0. And we've also got an audio out jack. So if you did want to go ahead and run some sound software and stuff, or run sound out of it, you can either run the sound into the, say, the projector or TV screen directly from the HDMI port or the HDMI plug, which will do just fine. Or if you want to run it to an external mixer, you can still do that by using just an 1/8 inch plug to plug into the audio jack right on the PC stick. Obviously, we know it's got the HDMI out on it. It's also got the power supply only uses about 18. It's an 18 watt power supply, so it'll use under that. And then the weight itself is this thing's 0.17 pounds. I mean, it's so light. It's ridiculous. We've talked about what it comes with, and as far as software that's built into this thing, we've got the home edition of Windows 10. We've got the ASUS product registration and web storage, all that stuff that comes with it. ASUS Business Manager. It comes with Remote Go, which is a remote software for the stick itself, which I haven't been able to really get to work with my phone, but I also haven't really spent a whole lot of time on it. We also, and all the other stuff that most computers come with, the antivirus trial, all that stuff. So let's see here. So we've got what it comes with. We've got the accessories. We've opened the box. What do you say we dive right in, fire this thing up, and just see how to set it up for you guys? And we're back. So one of the things I'm doing is I'm actually got this connected into my Elgato game capture so that you guys can see the setup process itself. And when you first plug it in and fire it up, one of the first things it's going to ask you to do is it's going to try and connect to, say, keyboard and mouse that you have plugged in. I just have a basic wireless keyboard and mouse that I with a USB dongle that I plugged in, and as it came up, I hit the space bar and it connected to it automatically. So that brings us to this menu here, and let's go ahead and select English. One of the things you may notice in this video is that it might jump around a lot, just because I'm going to edit out all the delays. So setup time may take a little bit longer than what you're experiencing on this video. And we are United States. We're going to select that. All right, and we're going to go continue our setup here. Let's see. Right, layout, US. Let's go ahead and do that. Want to add a second keyboard layout? Let's see if I can. I don't think so. And no. All right, let's go ahead and shrink down my webcam here. Hey, I'm shrinking. I think I'm already short enough here, but that way we can make sure we see everything here. Okay, license agreement, very easy. We can just accept this. It's going to take a moment to go ahead and start to initialize. I want to go ahead and connect to our network here. Let's go ahead and do that. And there's always a debate. It's like, well, when this thing first initializes, should we do all the updates? Should we not? I always do updates. The way Windows 10 is now, it typically runs as they come out with new updates. It runs like crud until it installs those updates as new ones come out. And it may just be that it was partially installed and waiting for a restart or something. But I don't want to be at an event and all of a sudden have this thing download a bunch of updates that are going to bog it down. So I always keep my machines up to date and do those updates as they come out. I'm also excited to see what this thing can actually run. If you guys have some ideas, you have some different things you want me to test out and programs you want me to test out, put them in the comment section below. Make sure you guys toss down put a little comment in the comment section below and let me know what programs you want me to try and see if this little PC stick will run. I know we're going to do virtual DJ. We're going to see what other audio software that we can go ahead and run and install. And this is the part which could take a long time. It's just the most boring part as it goes through this little update. So I just... So let me know when it's done. I'm Batman. Oh, it's done. Okay. Whew. A little quicker than I thought. Sorry about that. All right, so we got to sign in with Microsoft, create an account. We can go ahead and do, let's go ahead and do offline account. Sign in with Microsoft instead. Complete Windows. Yeah. Who's going to use this PC? We're going to go, or say, let's name this PC Stick 3. Create a super memorable password. What's going to be our password? Let's do, how about, I'm going to tell you guys all my password here. We'll do monograms. That sounds about right. Even better. Let's do password. No one will ever break that. And, oh, look, just one more minute. One moment, please. Oh, Cortana, a personal assistant. Okay, see, all this stuff, I always just, no. In fact, I'm probably going to do a video on just what we can delete off this thing, just because we don't need a lot of the stuff, and I don't want it bogging down the computer itself. So, I don't want, let's see, speech recognition, tailored experience, I don't care. Location, no. Diagnose, no. Relevant ads, no. And accept. I'll turn all that off. Register your product. All right. ASUS member, we're going to agree. As ASUS member, keep. So all we have to do is the terms and conditions to have it progress. And we're moving on. Okay, last step. Yeah, right. Why do I not believe you? Huh? Why do I not believe you, ASUS? We're going to find out. Oh, another moment. Oh, this might take several minutes. Oh, wonderful. I'm so excited. All right. Well, let's see if we can use our time machine here. Hey, and we're back. Right now, we're just checking for updates, apparently. And we're back, and it looks like it's up. So first window that comes up is our QR code directly. So they have a Vivo Remote, which is an app that you can use for your iOS devices, and also Android. You can go ahead and either look for it or scan in that QR code there. Again, it's not something we're going to go over on this one, so I'm just going to hit OK. And the next thing comes up is the Vivo Remote Center. So, and this is going to allow you to, if we go into settings here, just kind of be able to set up your Wi-Fi settings, system information, if you want to connect Bluetooth devices, and of course, control panel. It's just kind of easy, quick launch buttons. And so even if we just kind of close out of this as it starts up right up front. And during this part, I want to kind of warn you guys to be patient, because as we're doing things and as it first starts up, it's probably going to be downloading updates. It's going to be really laggy and slow until it gets a lot of that stuff done. So even this, it's just, trying to close this window out. It's doing a ton of other things at the exact same time. All right, so we close that program out, and it's got our system information here. Obviously, everything is the same that we talked about. We're going to close that. We can close our window here. And one of the first things I usually will do is, let's go ahead and hit your Windows key, type in update, and let's go to our update settings. And I'm going to go into advanced settings. Go ahead and select, give me updates on my other programs, Microsoft products. I can do that as well. Let's go back. And let's check for updates. And while it's checking for updates, let's go into restart options, schedule a time, make sure this is off. Let's see, we'll show a reminder when we're going to restart. So they will finish installing updates when we tell them to. We're going to go back. We're going to go into make sure we've got our let's go choose how updates are delivered here. Oh, updates more in one place. Yeah, we don't need to worry about this. All right, so it's going to search for that. One of the things I want to share with you guys is kind of a quick reference guide. I'm going to have a link if you guys want to download it in the description below. But basically, it's just a Windows settings guide. And the way it works out is, if we can, let's see if we can pop this up on screen for you guys. All right, now since it's getting set up and searching for our updates, I want to show you guys something I put together for you, and I'll put a link to download this page to help you guys out as well. Woo! Look at this. Yeah, it's got a lot of updates, so that might take a while. But as that's going on, there's a couple things that we can do. So we got our Windows setup guide that I kind of made for you guys, and basically it's going to tell you about what to do with PC if you're using it for an event, the power settings and like disabling screensaver and stuff like that. So let's go through our little process here. So first thing, let's go into our power settings, and it's going to explain to you exactly where all that stuff is. But as we come into, get the right mouse here and click our gear icon, display, notifications, power. All right, so our power and sleep settings. Let's go into power and sleep. And we're going to go over here to the right side, go into our additional power settings. Let's go ahead and change plan settings. Okay, turn off display. We're going to go never. And put computer to sleep. We're going to go never. So these are extremely important. Let's go into change advanced power settings. And one of the things you guys are going to notice with the PC stick is there's a lot less options on this than there is on a regular PC. So just because there's a lot less stuff on there. So, okay, slideshows, desktop background settings. Let's go ahead and go into sleep. And it says sleep after. Let's make sure this is set to. If we do 0, it's going to disable it. So never. All right, dynamic platform. Okay, power limit setting. So this is our little thermal framework setting. This is something that I would suggest not touching at all. So our power button so if someone taps that power button on our device itself, on the ASUS stick, I want it to do nothing, just in case it gets bumped while putting it in or something. Sleep button, I want to also do nothing. I don't want to take any chances of this thing going into sleep mode. And then display, we're going to select, let's see, turn off display after. Remember, if we're using this for a long period of time, pretty much just letting it run, we want that to 0, so it will do never. Okay, enable the adaptive brightness, turn that off. We don't have to worry about that either. Sleep never, slideshow. Okay, we don't need to worry about this. Hit apply. Save our changes here. Bound. Okay. Next thing, we want to make sure our screensaver is disabled. Again, best way to do this, we're going to go into, close this out for us. We can also head on back here and just see how this is doing. Downloading updates, 2%. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad we pre-recorded this. There's gonna be a lot. Will be a lot that we take out for you guys. Keep it shorter. All right, one of the things that we want to do is go ahead and disable our screensaver. And the way we're going to do that is we can go and hit our Windows icon and go back into our settings tab by just typing in settings. We're going to go into our, let's see, personalize. Yep, personalization. And let's go to our lock screen option. And then at the bottom here, we've got screensaver settings. Here we've got none. We want to, so no screensaver, perfect. Let's go into change power settings and make sure this is the same way. That is the same. Never display, turn off display. All right, so that's all set and done. We did make sure that our screensaver was off. And close this out. No screensaver. That's done. That's done. All right. So that is our next thing that we want to check and make sure is set up. Let's check and see how our updates are doing. %. All right, so we'll be back as soon as that thing gets done downloading. All right, guys, and we are back. Finally, the update is done. After how many days? Who knows? And so just to kind of check out what has taken place as of right now, let's see. The space we have left on the hard drive itself, we can see our Patriot, which we can disconnect now. Which is our just USB stick. It was using that as additional space for the update. And looks like we got 8.24 gigabytes left. So let's see if we can improve that. One of the ways we can do this, and we're going to go into our Windows and just type in program. Let's go to add and remove programs. Let's see if we can free up some space here. And see what it is that, if anything catches our eye, that we just do not need. Okay. So honestly, Business Manager, ASUS, there's a lot of stuff in here that I'm just going to get rid of because I think it's just bloatware. Unless you're going to obviously end up using it. But we're going to see if there's any trials. Let's see if obviously I would leave anything with like Microsoft alone. Don't take a risk of uninstalling the wrong thing. And before you start uninstalling programs, it may be a good idea to do a backup onto a memory stick of this. And that way you have a recovery point just in case you delete the wrong item out of here. So we're going to leave that for now. Type in storage. Let's go to our storage settings here. So we have 8.38 after uninstalling stuff, so it didn't do much, but it may be because there's a couple things you can always do with the hard drive. that may help free up some space. First off, restarting sometimes will clear out the space that you don't end up needing, which we'll also try that and see if that helps. All right, manage storage space, create a note. Nah, this isn't going to work. So we'll get rid of this. But let's go into our file folder. And this PC, we're going to right click on our hard drive here and let's go to disk cleanup and see what's in here. So we got temporary internet files. It doesn't seem like much is in there. 3.81 megabytes. Let's try clean up system files and see what this comes up with. All right, so we are still at 8.38. Oh, you can use disk cleanup to free up to 5.91 gigabytes of disk space for Windows C. All right, let's see what, oh, previous Windows installations. That's what it was. Okay, so that's where. So what this is going to do is probably going to clear out our old past files, so we're not going to be able to revert back before the update, but I'm not really too worried about that on this. Yes, permanently delete those files. And with all hopes, maybe, hopefully we don't brick this thing. But I'm going to take the chance for you guys. Yep, there's the restore points. So I think that's going to at least give us some space back. Hey, and just like that, it's done. It still says 8.3, but let's hit OK. And ooh, 8.39. Yeah, no, I think it's gonna take a restart. Let's try that and just see what happens. And now the moment of truth. You guys ready? Let's see what we got. See if this is any space. Windows old. That's a lot of space. All right. All right, so I canceled that operation because it's going to take way too long. We're going to try a couple other things and see if we can get this thing deleted. Delete. Try this again. All right, ask for permission. Yes, continue. All right, so I deleted what it allowed me to, and anything that was like read-only, I just left in there. So we still have the folder, and if we take a look at it, you guys are going to see that. Let's see here. There's still quite a bit. 1.46. Size on disk 830 megabytes. All right, well. It's it doesn't seem like it's taking up as much room, but I mean, check this out. Look how much space we have now. We have 12.9 gigabytes of space now, so we've like nearly doubled our space. Windows is only taking up 15.6 gigabytes, so we got that covered. Couple other things I always do with Windows, if you'd like, is let's go into and try privacy. And I usually just kind of turn all these off. Tracking, and then I also go down, and you can do this with your regular computer too. Background apps, weather, 3D builder, alarm clocks. All this stuff is running, and can slow down your computer. I just don't need any of this stuff running in the background. And so I'll let apps run in the background. Let me just make sure. Messaging, Internet Explorer, Solitaire. I got a soar. See, I'm gonna let settings. We're gonna let settings run, I guess. Xbox don't need. Okay, so we cleared that stuff out. We can go into automatic file downloads. And notifications. We need to shut all that off because we don't want it interrupting anything. And close that out. Also, if you hit Control-Alt-Delete and go into our task manager, one of the things I want to do is go into then you may have to, it may start up looking like this. You can just click on the more details button and this will pop up, but this will allow you to go to the startup tab. And so we've got like Vivo stick background. We're going to disable this. This is that window that pops up. Just don't need it. Windows Defender notifications. I'm going to disable that as well. Keep our audio manager, Logitech download assistant. And that is because I've got a Logitech keyboard on here, so I'm not going to worry about that. All right, and now let's see if we brick this PC stick. We're going to restart, and we'll be back in just a second. All right, I'm going to double check this. Let's go in. All right, we still got 12.9, so we got some space on here. And there's other ways that you can also speed up PCs. Oh, Vivo Remote Center. You know what? Let's go into settings and see if we can change this. All right, so the way we want to get this menu to actually not fire up every single time we start up this PC stick is if you go into the menu here and go into your About icon, it's going to say automatically launch Vivo Remote Center. Windows startup. Let's go ahead and check that. All right, and hit OK. Now, when we do fire up this PC stick, it's not going to automatically go right into that. If you want, you can clear out icons as well. It's just like mail and a bunch of stuff we're never going to probably use on this. But these are just unpinning them. It's not uninstalling them. So you can always access them later. All right, looks like we've kind of optimized our PC stick and we've got cleared off some files, cleared off some space, which is good because we're going to start adding some programs onto this just to see what we can do with this PC stick, see what it'll run, and possibly even share with you guys some tips and tricks on, you know, creating a little bit of additional speed that may take us to the point where we're able to use some of those other programs as well on this. So if you haven't already, if you enjoyed the content, make sure you guys hit that like button. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. And if you guys are interested in seeing what else is going to be coming up, what else we can do with this PC stick, and lots of other stuff as far as training and product reviews, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to be notified when those videos get uploaded, hit that bell icon next to the subscription button and it will notify you anytime we do upload a new video. Hope this has been helpful to you guys. If you've got questions, leave them in the comments section.